Hello and welcome to another great money method in Gran Turismo 7 using one of my favorite engine swap vehicles in the game. So this is the Ford Focus RS with a V8 engine swap from the Ford GT LM test vehicle. Yes, from a Group 3 Ford GT. Now this vehicle has really good fuel economy and has tons of power, which makes it perfect for money grinding. Now the event that we're going to be using it around is a WTC 700 around Le Mans, which will earn you 825,000 credits after just half an hour of gameplay. If you want to see more money methods in Gran Turismo 7 just like this one, well, hit that subscribe button. So firstly, the two major things that you're going to need is the Ford Focus RS, which can be purchased from Brand Central for 41,000 credits, or you could also pick it up by completing the European Championship menu book and finishing in third or higher, or by completing the pickup truck race at Willow Springs International Raceway Big Willow by placing either third or higher. This is through menu book events. Now, in order for you to purchase the engine swap, well, you have to be a collector's level 50. If you aren't there, unfortunately you aren't going to be able to purchase it. Now, if you just want it from a roulette ticket, how? Genuinely, tell me how. I need your luck. So if you have the Ford Focus RS and you have the engine swap, well, overall, including all of the upgrades, it should cost you just under 1,000,000 credits, around the 800,000 mark. So it's a bit on the pricier side when it comes to builds, but if you want to look for something much more affordable, check out my channel. There are a lot more budget friendly methods over there. So now let's just head on over to the tune so you can copy it down and earn some well-deserved credits. Now we're gonna begin with our tire compound. So we're gonna start off on racing hards. Now we also need a secondary set of tires because during this event there's a high likelihood of rain occurring, so you need a backup set of tires, whether that is intermediates or racing wets. That is completely up to you, or if you want to play it completely safe, you can actually get both. Now personally, I just use intermediates because I see most of the time they work well, so I run with intermediates. But as I said, you can purchase either or both to just be completely safe. Then we have suspension differential, torque vectoring differential, as well as your manual adjustments to gears. Does not affect your performance points. So if you aren't really happy with my settings, well, you can go and actually change it. So for suspension, we have body height adjustment being set at 80 for both front and rear. Your anti-roll bars being set at 8 for both front and rear. Your damping ratio compression being set at 37, and your damping ratio expansion being set at 45. This is for both your front and your rear. Now your natural frequency is going to be 1.80 in the front and 2.05 in the rear. Your negative camber angle is going to be 3 for both front and rear. Your toe angle in the front is going to be 0.10 going outward, and then 0.20 in the rear going inward. Then we have a standard differential. I did not play around with it. The torque vectoring differential I have set to 50. You can alter it on the fly to your own liking, but I just set mine at 50-50. So downforce is where the PP level will actually change quite a bit. So a downforce is going to be set to 13 in the front and 170 in the rear. Your fully customizable ECU is going to be set to 78. We have no ballast, we have no power restrictor, so that we do not touch. Then we have a fully customizable racing transmission set to 320 kilometers per hour with no manual adjustments being done to the gears. Now on the next page, we'll see that we have a high RPM supercharger, we have racing slotted disc, racing brake pads, we have a racing clutch and flywheel, and a carbon propeller shaft. Then we have stage 1, 2 and 3 weight reduction. I found it better to have the supercharger equipped and actually detune the ECU, hence why it's at 78, then have no supercharger and have the ECU set to 100, because this way we are going to have more brake horsepower and just more power overall. So Yes, you can run it with no supercharger, but this is the best one I found to use. Now, something I cannot forget to mention is that the Ford Focus is equipped with a wide body, as well as the wheel offsets is set to wide. These also affect your PP level, and it's not going to be a crazy difference, but it does affect it slightly. So if your vehicle does not have a wide body, or the wheels are not set to a wide offset, it may throw your PP off. You may be higher, or you may be even lower. Now, when it comes to the aero parts that I have equipped, I have a Type A front splitter, Type A side skirts. There is no option for the rear bumper. And then lastly, I have the Type B spoiler. That's like the Group B rally looking spoiler. Those are the aero bits that I have acquired and put onto the Ford Focus. Now, once you load into the event, the first thing you want to do is set your fuel map over to fuel map level 4. I know with other builds I've told you leave a fuel map level 1, well, we change it up. Because it is running with a Group 3 4 GT engine, it is a bit more on the fuel eating side. So by setting it over to fuel map level 4, this is going to guarantee us 3 laps before we need to refuel. So within this event, that means you're going to have to refuel twice, and really it doesn't really affect it, because before I post a tune, I like to make sure that the vehicle is able to set lap times under 4 minutes per lap around the circuit. This way you guarantee yourself an easy win, even if you are up against the hardest opponents, because even on the hardest difficulty, they are not able to complete laps under 4 minutes. So with that being set in mind, we know, okay, it's going to be super fun, it's going to be super easy, and that's exactly what the Ford Focus RS build gives us. It has tons of power. Even on fuel map level 4, you're going to find yourself traveling well over 300 kilometers per hour coming down the map straight away. Then when it comes to a braking system, the minute you slam on the brakes, the car starts slowing down immediately. The car isn't throwing its back out, it's not very unstable. It's super stable, which means you are able to actually carry a lot of speed coming into corners. And with the amount of downforce the vehicle has, it's just an absolute breeze. I cannot fault the Ford Focus in any way, shape or form, because it sets laps under the 4 minute mark, has decent power. It could be faster, but look, there are faster builds out there. There are faster builds I've made personally. But if you're looking for just a great method to use and utilize this engine swap, well, this is it. The Ford Focus RS with the Ford GT engine swap in it is just honestly such a good pairing, and on Gran Turismo side they did really well. Of course, the Ford Focus can handle all of its power and is just an exceptional vehicle. So I love the Ford Focus, and if you actually try out this tune, I want to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think about it? And that basically wraps it up. So thank you so much for your time, and if you are looking for more money methods, well, check my channel out. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.